So doing a little maintenance, wanted to share a video because obviously this stuff can be a little bit difficult for some, especially if you don't know exactly what you're doing. But we had a little bit of a leak coming down the wall behind our kitchen sink. So we were trying to figure out exactly where that was coming from. And I'll show you where we found the water, and then how I was able to retrace it back down. So here we go. So this is underneath the sink. We saw a little bit of water come in, kind of pooling up right here at the base of the bunkhouse slide door. I was able to shine a light through the track, and I wasn't able to see any water deep in the wall, so just noticed it just kind of pooling along the edge here, and then we'd clean it up and it would come back. So I kept coming underneath the sink and checking, running water, thought maybe that these were leaking, and then finally I was sitting on the couch and I heard some dripping and noticed that this red, the hot water, had a small leak, very, very small. It was just dripping like one every maybe 10 seconds. And it was dripping, and the only reason I heard it is because it was landing on this and making this type of noise. So I saw the leak, turned off the water, and now we're going to put some Teflon tape on the threads to help stop that leak and make sure everything's tightened down. So I'm gonna do that and then show you the finished product. And as you can see, also talked about this in the past, we got some great stuff to block the holes there. And then this area is a huge squared out area that allows obviously areas into the underbelly. So we filled that up as well. When we had our mouse issue a couple months back, made sure that we went through the whole RV and plugged up any areas that this guy could get out, and it really helped. No signs of him or extra mice. So let's get to this repair and we'll see. Obviously turn off the water first, and then I'll share the finished product. All right, lighting's a little better. We got the Teflon tape on the threads, a little bit there. You can see the little bit of water, how I kind of found it, little drips. Obviously that's just because I opened it up. Got the Teflon on there, tighten this up, and make sure it's not leaking. All right, job is done. I decided to do cold water as well, since I was under here and the water was off. Teflon taped them both, tightened them down, making sure not to over tighten them. Only tools you really need for the job are these, and your hands. So I got the Blue Monster water tape, the Teflon tape, and then our adjustable wrenches, and it was an easy DIY. Now we're gonna go turn the water on and make sure it's not leaking. All right, you can hear the water's back on. I've got it running both cold and hot right now, and I got no leaks. Everything's dry. I don't see any leaks. So I would say a successful fix. So that's how you would fix a leak. And also I would recommend you double check these, especially as we drive around. They get loose. It's always a good idea to make sure that the threads have Teflon tape on them to prevent any leaks and those getting loose.